You actually credit Google with helping your generation understand more about what it is to be transgender.
Absolutely. I think that for a lot of people, you know that you're different, but you don't exactly know how you're different. And thankfully, I grew up in a time where I had Google. And I think for older people, it can be different. And now they're able to kind of realize what it is about them that is different, and they can put a name to it.
And Nicole, when did you realize you were transgendered?
Well, I mean, when I was growing up, I thought that I was a little girl. That was kind of something that I thought until somebody told me otherwise on the playground one day. But like I said, I grew up in a time where I had Google, so I could kind of type in what was different about me, and there was a name for it. So, but it's kind of always been with me personally my whole life.
And how do you feel Bruce Jenner has been doing in this very public sphere he lives in, dealing with this phenomenon, if indeed that's what we're watching?
I think he's dealing with it the best he can. You know, it's a lot for someone to take on. It's a lot for the family to take on. And I think that he needs time to really be able to share this with the world. You know, a lot of transgender people, we don't have to share our stories with the world. So I can understand it could be more of a challenging situation for him. But I think he's handling it great so far.
And let me ask you a personal question. When you had to transition, was it done little by little the way Bruce is allowing himself and the rest of us to become accustomed?
Oh, absolutely. For most people's transition, it's done little by little, unless, you know, you have the money and resources to do everything all at once. But yes, mine was done little by little over the years.
And one last question. What do you think it would have been like if you had to, for whatever reason, continue living as a man?
For me personally, it was so depressing. I don't think that there would have been much of a life left for me as a man.
And how is it now?
It's wonderful. I love my life now.
Can I ask a question, Dr. Drew?
Leanne, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi, Nicole. It's Leanne here. Have you, now, excuse me if the terminology is not right here, have you transitioned all the way into being a female? Have you gone that route, like to do the complete, you know, change
surgery.
Your genital
the
area?
Surgery,
yeah.
Yeah, it's called sex reassignment surgery,
okay.
And I have not had it yet, but it is something that I am definitely thinking about for the future.
So it's something that you completely, you know you're a woman and you're okay with just doing that completely?
I am okay with that, but it's also important to understand that having a vagina is not something that would make me a woman to me, because this made me a woman. So it's not something I feel necessary, but it could be something I would want further down the line.
Judy?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, Nicole, you also shared that you did this step by step. And I would imagine that that also is helpful when you're trying to process sort of your transition, that you have a little time to pause and reflect on it and to really know that you want to go forward. I know that sometimes it's a difficult decision for people and they have to manage everybody around them. Did you find that because you did it step by step that way, that you also had time to be more psychologically comfortable and really give yourself a little bit of time and breathing room too?
Well, for me personally, the reason I did it slowly and step by step is because of family. You know, you can't just push, hey, I'm a woman, and bam, and change everything overnight and expect it to kind of stick and be taken seriously. Me personally, I would have done it overnight if I could, but I had other people to think about in the situation. So I think that's why it's important to do it slowly so people can become accustomed to it.
And Nicole, thank you for joining us and clarifying some of these issues. It is a novel area for some people to get their head around, and I think it's very important that we all increase our understanding and sensitivity about this. I also think that just like Nicole, as I said in the last segment, Bruce Jenner is doing this properly, step by step, giving him and us a chance to adjust to this so it's not some sort of complete surprise that comes out of nowhere. I think the reason people can't take their eyes off this case, aside from the fact that it's part of the Kardashian situation that makes everybody doubt it and argue about it, such as Vanessa, but the fact is that the juxtaposition of someone who seemed to be something we thought of as one thing, it turns out in his, as Nicole said, in here, he's experiencing something very, very different. And that's sort of something we can't really look away from. And it's something for us to really think carefully about, be sensitive to, and get our head around.